Comedian and libertarian Penn Jillette of the legendary Penn and Teller is still with me. Penn, if I remember right, the first time that we met each other, you told me a story that Drew Carey hates my guts because he thought I was in the bag for the Republican Party, if I'm not mistaken. And you told him, you haven't watched him, man. You haven't watched him. Does he still hate me?
There are. I haven't talked to Drew about you. We haven't had our late night phone calls to talk about Glenn Beck. We have to start those up again, I think. Yeah, he was just taken by. He was just bothered by all the Republican stuff. And a lot of times people say to me after the show, they'll ask about me agreeing with you as a Republican, and I'll just go, he just doesn't seem like a by the numbers Republican to me.
No, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican, and that's what I wanted to ask you, Penn. Is I think that it's time in America for people to drop the party and start looking at the principles behind what they're voting for. The media is portraying this now as one of two things: either a Fox event, we just happen to be covering it and doing more coverage because nobody else is. We're covering this event, but the other part of it is that the media wants to insist this is just a GOP rally, which I again find insulting that people don't understand independent thinkers. Why is it that people can't open up and get out of the two-party system box?
Well, what has amazed me for years is that the two-party system does not have very much difference between the two parties. And this is the thing that's been driving me crazy, is that when Obama continues stuff that Bush was doing, the Obama supporters seem to think it's great, and the Bush supporters seem to think it's terrible. I mean, you have to go with the issues and what's in your heart and what's right and wrong. The idea of just supporting a party seems to me not just outdated, but also immoral.
You know, it really intrigues me because I'm kind of new into this. You know, about 4 or 5 years ago, I started saying, wait a minute, I think I'm figuring this out. As I watch exactly what you said, both sides, they'll just switch places and the people follow them and say, yes, now it's absolutely right. What does it take? I mean, Penn, has this changed? Are you sensing that maybe there is a chance for a third party, for a new start, and that the two parties are in the dustbin?
Well, I always think that the answer to everything is technology and the internet. You know, the reason they're accusing the Tea Parties of being organized is I don't think that people have really caught on to how powerful the internet and peer-to-peer discussions are. I mean, you're seeing things pop up just because people are talking to other people. And I have to insert here that you said you can't think of a better place for a Tea Party than the Alamo, and that's a wonderful idea, but I'm from Massachusetts. And a lot of people think that Boston is kind of associated with the Tea Party as well.
Well, no, I understand that, and they are having a Tea Party in Boston at the same exact time.
I know.
But I don't think this is, I think that's why some people are having a hard time with these Tea Parties, because they see this as an anti-tax rally, and that again is way too small. This is about a government is out of control kind of party.
Well, you know,
that's why I say, Penn, that's why I say that the Alamo is the best place to have it, because like we talked earlier, that this is the place where they originally said, we're not crossing this line. You stand on this line, and come what may, we're not crossing this line. And I think that's really what America needs to decide. They need to decide. We've slowly drifted with the Republicans and the Democrats. We've slowly drifted into this place to where now 53%, only 53% of America thinks that democracy or our republic or capitalism is better than socialism. How did that happen to us? Is it just a slow drift?
you have to remember that all of this is laid out in Atlas Shrugged. I mean, Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand is, what is it, number 7 on Amazon or something. People are really noticing that some of the stuff about the glory and the power and the morality of capitalism has to be thought about again. I mean, people are noticing this, and they're also noticing, and it's very important to say at the Alamo, that all of this can be done with nonviolence. I mean, it can all be done with people deciding in their hearts what's right and voting and working together. And as Ted said, keeping on all the people that work for us, the governors, the senators, the congressmen, the president, and so on, and let them know what we feel. And that can all be done non-violently. And it's very important to keep stressing that this is a movement of morality and of freedom, and not of nuts who are going to get violent.
Yeah, I tell you, I think we learned in the 1960s with the civil rights movement, anybody that picks up a gun and wants to start a revolution or wants to defend their rights or whatever in the streets and start a revolution, they're going to discredit the movement towards freedom as these people understand it. Final thoughts. Next.
So you've been doing a nice job out there helping